NOTA did it again. None of the above is back on top. One of the top guilds in all of Classic. They've been, I would say, mildly successful in TBC. They haven't been at their same former glory until right now, where they just destroyed everyone in the entire world in Sunwell Plateau by multiple minutes. Last week, Noobs put up like a 45-minute run. Nobody was getting even close to competing with the Chinese guilds. Nobody was getting even close. And then out of nowhere, not necessarily out of nowhere, but a couple guilds have been putting up crazy runs. Newman last week put up a 47, and then Statement yesterday put up 44, 56 to beat Noobs, both Horde and Alliance. But NOTA goes in with 41 minutes, 41-minute run. This is going to be so hype to watch. None of the above recently had a lot of like changes that came out within the guild. Basically, their main raid leader, kind of guild leader, and main tank kind of, I don't know the way to say it, not stepped down. They moved. Bloodwill and some other officers kind of took over, and it seems like that really fucking worked for them, because they are insanely fast now. They are so much faster than everyone else. If we look at the raid comp, Warriors are on overall damage, destroying Zug Ook Ook. This has to be #1 fucking world overall damage. That's absolute madness. Yeah. And Take Note. So we're gonna watch Take Note's POV. These are just #1 and #2. This is so much damage. Running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warlocks, 6 warlocks. NOTA did this running 6 warlocks. So a lot of guilds are moving towards more of a physical comp, but you guys still are running the physical comp with 1 survival hunter. Warriors obviously putting up insane amounts of overall damage. They always do. Warriors are just like such an insanely strong class, but warlocks to really just come in here and destroy. And then you're running the 1 mage comp, which is kind of general for right now. 1 mage is kind of like standard. Here we can go here. Make sure to give Take Note a follow. I'm gonna link this, guys, for everyone to watch. Not even 7 warlocks. Felipe, 2 mages the meta. Is 2 mages the meta? So first we're gonna go to when they actually are about to start. Bing, 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 bing. There is pre-clear that happens, guys. There is a pre-clear process that happens in the speed runs. Just to show you guys, right? The mobs you clear out already are, there's the protector, this guy walking around right here in this circle, kill that. This group right here, kill that. This protector right here, kill that also. They're not required. You don't need to kill them, and they're in your way. So just get rid of them, okay? Resto Druid new meta. What they're actually running is 2 Druids, right? If I go into the logs itself really fast before we even watch this, and we look at their healing, is literally not even any healing from, they're running just Sketo back to like basically being main tank. And so they're running 3 tanks, 1 prot, 2 ferals, and running a 5 or 6 healer situation with 1 priest. But then your Shadow Priest, honestly, Shadow Priest legit almost heals. Look at it. Shadow Priest does more than half of the Holy Paladin. Holy Paladin's like, oh, it feels bad, man. But Resto Shaman's just giga pumping here. It'd be interesting to see also if they ended up bringing in like a, not a dream state, because that wouldn't be helpful, but like a boomkin for the sake of like extra crit for warlocks. But I'm not sure if that's like worth it, as they've obviously like figured out or decided that it's not, right? Let's go to 1.5 speed. Yeah, Holy Paladins is the weakest class in TBC, unfortunate. It's the weakest, like everything. So the mob you're going to start with, oh my god, wait a second. Watch this. This other robot that they're pulling, they pull from all the way around, and they're killing this, which I'm going to find, this is actually a new thing to have also pre-cleared. The only reasoning behind you usually leave this up would be a tendency to like your first combat, according to like log rules, has to have a protector in it. So you just have to make sure you get a protector chain pulled in. But we're going to see which protectors they choose to kill. They're probably, I would assume, oh no, they didn't kill this one. Okay, never mind. They killed another one there, probably. So I thought they had just killed this protector, and I was like, that is crazy. How the fuck? Usually you can mind vision to see where the pat is here. And so you can mind vision to see where the pat is. You can see the group composition in the top here, where we've got, again, 6 warlocks. It's insanity. So many warlocks in the raid, which is just awesome to see. I love it. I kind of love it. And then there's just 2 physical groups. All caster groups, 2 physical groups. You see those, oh, juiced up. Look at this. Go back. Let's see if he opens it again. Look at those snowballs. Look at those snowballs. You'll love to see it. They're going to use everything, and they're going to go in and pump. They're just going to usually either precast or just run into the scout, get a little precast on that scout. And you have to chain pull this in to their first combat, right? Their protector needs to come in with their first combat. They're either going to get the protector or get the pat. Let's see. Actually, are they going to be a dropping combat? So do they not have to do that anymore? Maybe they don't have to. Maybe the rules changed, and I am actually wrong. That you need the protector in to start combat, but maybe you totally don't. So then, in that case, combat chain is like 20 seconds idle before it doesn't count. Oh, you can't be out of combat for long. Okay. There we go. Yo, Psycho, grats on the run. Are you in here? You can just say it. You can just say if you are. But grats on the run. All right, so then they get the robot. So you can drop combat briefly. And in that case, I think that's more smooth than chain pulling the protector. And then they just can run into this group. They've already, if you pull any of the scouts, if anyone knows, notice the scout ran to this protector. If you pull any of the scouts while you're fighting a protector, the scouts run to you. Have you not seen the clip of Bloodwill saying, oh no, I haven't seen that, but I know he was removed. Playing on Polly Petit. Oh. Oh. So they actually leave that other robot right there, and they go straight into this next pull, which means, are you guys going to pull one of these protectors? Let's see. The seed damage is just insane too. Like the overall damage is really, really powerful. And there it is. Yeah. So you're just going to pull this protector. It's just better in the way. Kind of gear the warrior and lock is running. I would assume Take Note is like almost full bis. I know Omen is in here slapping, right? Look at, like, they're running most of their warriors. If not all warriors have double glaives. Do all warriors have double glaives? So pathing wise, this is slightly different than we saw from like any of the other guild speedrunning here. Yes, all warriors. Yeah, that's okay. That's what I thought. And then here you can just run right into this. Again, there's nothing to fear on this pack. The only thing would be like if the pat in this next section is in a bad place, sometimes you wait for it. But with 6 warlocks, I don't even think you would ever wait for it. Maybe they're going to see, we'll see if the pat is in a good position where they can literally like chain pull it with the next pack. All 4 have the set. Yeah, you guys are decked. Okay, so you guys do get just the pat by itself. If the pat was with this group right here, would you pull it? Have you discussed that? Like, would you just be like, fuck it, we're doing it all together? Because, I mean, you're running the 3 tank situation anyways, so with this many warlocks, threat shouldn't be, like, much of an issue. And, like, this is probably the place where you're, like, specifically had saved, like, the MD in case that were to happen. And do it all together, right? Yeah. Imagine not having full glaives on all warriors. Yeah, who does that, dude? Idiots. Fools. And look at the little sliver right there, just juiced up. Skull of Gul'dan pop. Yeah. So like most of the beginning of the raid is like just blasting through. You guys did actually change routing than other people at the very beginning, which I think was pretty clean actually, and like pre-clearing a little bit to keep it safer. I didn't even know you could drop. I didn't even know. Yo, Russ and Irv gifting the sub to Erat. Let's go, dude. Oh, thank you so much for the gifted. Oh my god, dude. You think level 70 Twinks will be popular? I don't think they'll be popular personally, but we'll see. We'll have to see. Here, one fear some guilds might face is if you don't get into position early enough, like if you don't get inside the room when pulling Kalecgos, straight up, I've seen people get locked out. I'm not saying I've seen it in a guild or a raid I've experienced, but people can get locked out of this room if you don't like all get into the room before Kalecgos is like thing. Yeah, the lockout's super free. It's like it's only people that like are sitting and getting food buff or something, right? And tanking wise, positioning, I really like that they moved Kalecgos into a position that's closer to the exit. Yeah. Cursed Legendaries only had one Thunder Fury in Classic, 0 Glaives. Oh my gosh. Unfortunato. Right here, we're gonna see like them absolutely destroy. I'm not sure who you send in first. Down to I didn't actually look. That'd be interesting to see. The very first portal. Let's see. Who do they send in first? A melee group. So a melee group goes in first, as well as one of the caster groups, kind of, right? So you guys are getting, you have Red going in. He's probably getting Curse of Wreck up in there. So that, yeah, by the time you're in there, yeah, Curse of Wreck has been up for a while. Okay. Damage meter? Damage meter is right here. Oh, mage. Well, this fight is very different, right? This fight is obviously specifically unique in the sense that like if you're not logging yourself, this fight screws with overall, and it's a lame. And it looks like, yeah, you are throwing snowballs on every cast, right? It looks like, yeah, it's a snowball on every Shadow Bolt cast, basically. And it doesn't look like it's adding, it's literally because Quartz would tell you if you're adding any delay, right? And there's no delay whatsoever. Yeah, the damage meter only shows who's near you. Your damage meter only shows who's on your side of the portal at all times. So it skews things. People are using auto hotkey to cast Arcane Blast without delay. Take note, are you doing an auto hotkey? Does that actually make a difference? I mean, yeah, I guess so, right? With snowballs and CQS, oh my god. I assume they would just be a CQS macro, but yeah, what's in your Shadow Bolt macro? Let's find out. See my bars if I was using auto hotkey. Yeah, but do you have CQS in your Shadow Bolt macro? You just throw snowball, CQS, and Shadow Bolt volley for the little lad. Yeah, CQS. Okay. Do I need to add that to my macro, guys? Can you just post your macro so I can steal it for my Warlock min-maxing, since I don't min-max my Warlock? How fast you're clicking. If you scroll wheeling, you gotta have a program to limit it to above 5 ms so you can get Bond. Bond! Imagine getting Bond. Infernal summon scrolls on the pet. Let's go, dude. Food buff. Oh, there's no food buff on the pet. Damn, slacker. Where's the Kibler's bits? Look at this, guys. No bits. Huh. At least he got might, though. Min-maxing my Warlock, dude. My Warlock is the best. Get out of here. My Warlock is the biggest pumper in the game. Confirmed. Yeah. One thing that a lot of guilds or a lot of people don't know, but you can see it happen here, right? You see how he actually has 2 stacks on the very first one? If you taunt after the first stomp, it'll make this fight way easier for you. If you're struggling at all, you actually taunt on the first stomp, or after this, on the first stomp. And so then the first tank will actually only have, his group will actually only have two stacks of the Meteor Slash instead of having 3 and then doing it. It's a lot cleaner. It just kind of like pans out in a better fashion. The stomps work out better with the tanking. So if you are struggling doing that at all, I think a lot of guilds are swapping towards doing that. It's better to do. So just, yeah, that's a little tip for people that don't know. It can help you out. And also we're seeing you're at 3.1k DPS on this fight, which I assumed you didn't lust. I can look at the logs to see where you guys lusted. But a lot of times you kind of can't lust Brutallus because you want to one phase Kalecgos, right? So you need really high overall DPS. You need to one air phase Kalecgos if you want to have like a crazy time right now. Which, I mean, if you didn't do that, that would be nuts, right? Also, nether protection on warlocks is crazy. Felmyst, correct, Felmyst. Yeah, you are correct, Felmyst. I said Kalecgos, the dragon, you know? You just gotta do the dragon. They're also still doing like the 90-degree tanking strategy. I like this. Noobs doesn't like this. They gave a pretty good point where if you're doing the 180-degree tanking strategy, if someone, like, say that last person who just got the burn over here where you can see my scroll wheel is, if they got the burn right here, they would just move over to the left instead of having to move all the way around. Totally makes sense. Generally, then it means you would put like you can see, take note is over here on the right side. I don't know if you're generally always, like, if you just had better RNG on this fight than other people because you just crit like 18 times in a row, a beast, or if you have better gear. But generally then you would want like your pumpers, casters to have to move the least, and like some, like maybe also some like your big healers to move the least. Nether protection, yes. Super nice. You guys actually got rid of your infernals. I'm pretty sure you can save the infernal and use it still. I am so shocked at your amount of gold. Damn my god. That's crazy, dude. Look at your stats though. Almost 27% crit. 1444 damage without even looking at shadow damage, right? Skull of Gul'dan, Blackened Naru Sliver, juiced up. Is that channeled elements? Juiced up. So not even like, doesn't even have like Sunflare or anything like that, which is a pretty juicy buff, right? Even like the staff in here is a pretty juicy buff, but like it looks like a lot of Zardooms. But I know NOTA traditionally wasn't focused specifically on the caster compositions. All right? Yeah. Yeah. Straight for Fireside. The Fireside thing is always safe from one side. NOTA did like the 90-degree angle. Yeah, 412 haste, yeah. Okay, whatever. Steely. What's the caster's sliver called? Is it glimmer shifting? I don't even know, guys. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so they do have so every guild is doing this, by the way. First of all, Paladin is the dumpstering threat. No one's getting close to him right now. We'll see how that goes when there's the air phase, obviously. But DI on the first encapsulate. Look at this. Boom, encapsulate. People don't even move. Nobody even moved. You just DI'd. Bonkers. And then the Paladin just takes his soul stone, gets back up. Everyone should be doing this. Like, legitimately, everyone should be doing this. You guys are going to get the air phase, it looks like. Let's see what the DPS is of the... All right, DPS of the boss. Boss is at 57% as he started the animation for the air phase, but there's a bunch of warlocks, so they're not really worried. They can bring the boss down quite a bit here, and they haven't... I'm not seeing a lust tracker, but I didn't notice if there was a lust yet. I think the lust will be in the next phase, so we'll see. Everyone is still just blasting the boss. Now, the boss, before it runs away now, was down to 45%. So they were able to do 10% before the boss moved. 10%. And of course, we know that these mobs don't really count for your like personal logs or whatever. So like you're never worried about like DPSing down the ads. Your only focus in a run like this, any sort of speed run, is purely to keep DPSing down Felmyst. Everyone, we saw the warriors throwing, you know, like just keep hitting the boss as much as you can. There's no point in like getting gung-ho and like sweeping strikes, cleaving the ads and killing yourself, right? They did use less. Okay. It makes sense, right? You would less, I mean, warlocks you can less early, and then like if you have warrior less, I'll look at the logs. Warrior less are good a lot of times, obviously, with like Death Wish end phase. Like there's another, okay, here's the second warlock less. So you need to kill the boss. You need to kill the boss before it goes up again, before another air phase. So we're just seeing agony used instead of doom, because you're not going to get another doom tick, right? And there's going to be another DI in a second if the boss does another encapsulate. You're going to have another paladin DI. We're going to see it. There it is. Encapsulate on Yums. Insta DI'd by Red P. There wasn't even a tick there. That was juicy. And you also, that means like everyone needs to have a cancel aura for DI. You're going to send either a hunter pet or a warlock can pull this. So you can send a hunter pet through. Yeah, it looks like I think that was, they used Hunter Pet. You can send Hunter Pet through. You can use Blizzard. You can use Hellfire, Rain of Fire. My Warlock only uses Shadow Bolt and Seed, so, I mean, I don't remember what the names of all the abilities. Yeah. So you can send a Hunter Pet through to start this RP, or to start fighting the first pull here before you have to get through the RP of Felmyst breaking down that, like, fire. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can also Priest MD. Yeah. They use Hunter Pet. Okay. You can also use, yeah, Priest MD. Yeah. Also, you can Eye of Kil'jaeden. Oh my god. Eye of Kil'jaeden actually, I mean, on scripting on private realms in Nax right now, can go through all of the gates for some reason. Like, all of the gates. Perfect Master Spell directly on the AoE MC. So they didn't actually have to all run away. There was literally a perfectly timed Mass Spell, just insta, instead of people just getting insta clapped to Seed of Corruptions. But like I was saying in like Nax, we might see it in Race the World First Naxes and Nax speedruns. If the scripting is anywhere similar, I have Kil'jaeden can just run through like the gate at like Gothic and stuff and pull that entire room. It'll be interesting to see if we do something. But yeah, all of those ways of pulling that trash, that extra trash, I don't really know how one is better than the other, right? Using Hunter Pet or anything else. I mean, whatever's faster. I guess MD might be the fastest cast. Or like Hellfire, whoever's in position, I guess. 100 pets are pretty quick. And that pull comes through pretty fast. Next, I'm anticipating they're going to full pull this. Yes, perfect. Okay, so this is the thing that Noobs doesn't do with the extra physical comp. So Noobs is running 3 physical groups. Right here we have basically 3 caster groups, right? The Soulbinders do the AoE MC, which can be scary. You can instantly kill your friends. But if you have a perfectly timed like Master Spell, or if your melee just run away when it's being cast, which obviously as Roast and Herb is on fire, dude. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to No Diggity. Let's go, man. Might as well make it 20. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much for the support. If you run away during the casts, it does create downtime, obviously, for your warriors, so it lowers your DPS, which means it could be less great. But in this comp, it's not something they're worried about at all. Oh my god, guys. Thank you for the subs, man. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate the support. Now they're actually, it looks like potentially getting food buffs and then going in and pulling. Actually, they didn't wait very long, so I don't think people did get a full food buff. They were able to get a food buff probably right after Felmyst, while the pull was going on. Soul Shatter clip. Lottie raging clips, dude. Lottie raging clips all day. Here, they don't really have Bloodlust. Timing-wise, right? You've used your Bloodlust on Felmyst. You don't really have Bloodlust, but then that means you will have Bloodlust from Muru, which means you don't really have as many Bloodlusts on KJ. Speedrunning meta, figuring out your Bloodlust is always fun. Is it 2 Enhance and 3 Resto Shaman? I think 4 Restos, yeah. 4 Restos, 1 Disc Priest. I have to look again. 1 Disc Priest. And a Holy Paladin. Yeah. 1 Disc Priest, 4 Restos, 1 Disc Priest, 1 Holy Paladin. And then you have your Shadow Priest is actually legit outputting quite a bit of healing. And here, even on a fight with like no Bloodlust, you're seeing like Take Note is doing 3.2k DPS. I mean, the crit gods definitely love you, but like definitely we're seeing quite a bit of like pumpage, and there's no issues with the damage, the raid wide damage at all that we're seeing. People aren't really getting low. This is obviously like the most I would say the most healing intensive fight in the raid generally. It can be quite a bit, right? But if you can deal with it without any Bloodlust, which is what like every guild kind of has to do, then you're gonna be fine. Holy Paladin, yeah, Holy Paladin is almost the same as the Shadow Priest healing, yeah. So this is an easy fight. They'll knock it out. I think the most innovation can happen in this fight, because you can keep pulling right here. Like I think this is where, if we're gonna see people do sub 40 minutes, I mean this run right here is 41 minutes, right? You'd have to have a really clean pull right here. But this, like right after this Nova, everyone would okay, you see that like Take Note is running into position already. Like after that Nova, everyone run into position and just instantly pull. Yeah. Will I be playing competitively in Wrath of the Lich King? We'll see. We'll see if I'm streaming or what with work stuff. I'd like to. I'd definitely like to. I love it. And then you can have a Paladin pull all of these Volatile Fiends. That's something that every guild should be doing anyways right now, is just having your Prop Paladin run forward, or even if you needed to not use Prop Paladin, but you should just use a Prop Paladin, run forward, and pull all of those. Chain pulls in this particular section aren't necessarily happening really right now. I don't know if it would be worth it or viable to like it's chain pulled, but like to like try and bring those all together. I don't know how that would, it would save time, but I don't know if it's worth it. Like from the stance of like, can you really do it? And then I think this section is one of the sections that might be the biggest for innovation, right? Right now, bringing in like somewhere to use rocket boots really hasn't been hammered out perfectly. So we'll see. Someone buff gives stamina and should give Blessing of Kings, to be honest. Wouldn't need to bring a third paladin. In all honesty, you wouldn't bring a third paladin if you had the if the Sunwell buff gave Blessing of Kings. I mean, some guilds are going without a mage now, right? As Felipe knows, right? As we all know. Yeah, any guild that can DPS one air phase Felmyst should not give a shit about twins. Twins, you don't need Bloodlust. I mean, Muru, you don't need Bloodlust. You don't need Muru for Bloodlust. Lottie hates mages. Lottie greatly dislikes mages, right? I think they're gonna run around. Are they gonna fight the boss on this side? Okay. So they are gonna fight the boss on this side. Which does mean, I mean, they're sending Bloodlust, and look at that PI just fucking blasting, dude. 3.6k, 3.8k DPS. Windy coming in here, topping it off, 4k DPS. Damn, take notes. Warlocks are just single target DPSing Muru down, like, as long as possible. Like, if you can get this phase done as fast as like the fastest, it's always BIS, right? So a lot of single target DPS there went out on Muru. Muru is down to, like, you're looking over at Muru. Muru's at, like, let's see when people go back to him. Yo, Ame! Shout out to our boy Ame, dude. I love you, dude. 20%. This is going to be such a fast Muru. Such a fast Muru, right? You're going to get these humanoids. Are you going to wait or just insta-phase? Let's find out today on this episode of are they going to insta-phase or wait? They have to even wait. That's how much damage they had. They had to wait. Someone's in there, sent in their Void Sentinel to sack their Void Sentinel instead of and get a new one. I don't know. With this speed kill, the Void Sentinel or Void Spawn probably won't even like break ever, usually. So this is a insanely fast, really juicy clear. Oh man, I love you, dog. You missed our podcast with Grace for Days of Cargos earlier, but I miss you. Hope life is well, and hope the family's doing really well. Is this Nerf Muru? Oh my god. Oh, you were here, my man. This is a really nice, like that's actually really nice RNG for that spawn of the like black hole. It wasn't near any of the raid, basically. Like people can move away and not like lose uptime on DPSing. This DPS is crazy. They just absolutely dumpstered Muru, and they got three little like darkness spawns there. They literally had to deal with 2 or 3 darknesses. Shout out to Milk, best at calling darkness ever. Reminder that this boss has killed 3 guilds on my tiny server already and is disbanding guilds on the daily. They literally dumpstered that boss. And also you can keep your void spawns because they'll probably die to these guardians, won't they? Do the void spawns, it looks like this void spawn's not taking damage from the guardian. All pets get dumpstered here. A little bit of extra damage on these guardians, I guess. Just keep them and then get rid of them before Kil'jaeden. This is pretty nice, actually. Just a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, how long was this Muru? Let's look. Look at the length of their kill. 2 minutes and 58 seconds for Muru. 2 minutes and 58 seconds for Muru. They dumpstered this boss. They pumped so much damage. Phase 2 even on Atropius. They're still doing, like, Warlocks are still topping damage. So you guys have, like, a crazy good Warlock core. I mean, shout out to Windy, my man. Longview also in here. Fucking awesome Warlock core. You guys are just pumping, and you guys really didn't have to move. You really didn't have to move. That's, like, a very, very fast kill. Really, really juicy. And like, realistically, as much damage as you can put into the boss and phase it early, that's like always going to be the ideal in any sort of speed run. It's if there's like breakpoints that you have to wait for phasing, one would obviously be the humanoids coming. Just crit better, Sarthe, I know. One would be the humanoids coming. Still has the void spawns. Are you guys gonna keep? Do the void spawns die? What is? All right, void spawns low. Look at this. I've actually never seen people still have the void spawn until this late, which is actually kind of juiced up. Kind of like it, you know? Yeah. So they only dealt with two humanoid phases, right? They only had to do with 2 humanoid phases. I would anticipate we're gonna see that they're gonna use the stacking strategies for Kil'jaeden. It just ups your DPS and kills the boss infinitely faster. They did have some Bloodlust on the pole also, which is really nice. So they didn't even have to use all Bloodlust on Muru. They have, for a 2 minute and 58 second Muru, wasn't all Bloodlust. Now they do get the Warlock ads, which is probably the least friendly to their composition, is getting Warlock ads. They kind of like keep them over here on the side, and then you're obviously seeing warriors run in and like do as much AoE damage. There's some seed damage going out, but they're just kind of pushing the boss. Most warlocks are just kind of pushing the boss, and now they're just going to be like giga stacked, right? So now you're just gonna stay stacked until fire blooms go out, and you're gonna stay stacked forever. You can, in an ideal world, stay stacked the entire fight even, and if you get fire bloom, just run out quickly. Look how quickly the reaction is there from Take Notes. It's just like, without even having to think. If you're slow on moving out, you're scuffing your raid. Also, it's just so easy to move out. Please don't kill your raids, guys. That's my only thing. Yeah. Just don't kill your raid. Yeah, if you're wiping your guild with the fire blooms, that means you're running out too slow. Yeah. You just run out. Also, you can see they're still stacked. They were still stacked until the end, right? Right until the ad spawn. You stay stacked until the ad spawn, and now you can just pump the boss. Actually, the Warriors Cleave will kill these ads, right? So like, if your tank's not worried about dying, they use like PS and stuff on the first Warlock ads. If your tank's not worried about dying, like, don't bring any damage off of Kil'jaeden. That's like, in an ideal world, don't bring any damage off of Kil'jaeden. They got a full stack there and a full blue juice breath coom all over everyone. This is NOTA. None of the above. Did 41 minutes, world record. 3 minutes faster than anyone else. 4 minutes faster than noobs. Crazy, crazy run. They're stacking for this darkness. They're gonna get like, I think this. Oh, they do get a breath off right after. Perfect. So they do get a breath off right after, and they're already almost phasing it. They're already gonna basically literally phase it already. And now they're in 25%. New ad spawn. These ads, you don't need to worry about killing. In a speed run, the last set of ads are not your worry. The boss is your worry. In a speed run, the boss is your worry. Although these ads are warrior ads, which means they are going to get brought into the group when you like end up stacking the group. So like, it is a little bit more intimidating, and you do kind of want them to die so they don't like sit up, like straight up whirlwind everyone and kill them, right? Warriors are the only ones that can be stressful. And then they got a full stack and coom on the raid before, literally, this is before the last dragon orbs even spawned. The last dragon orbs just spawned. Look at this timing. The boss is at like 4%, 5% as the dragon orbs spawn. Everyone's stacked up. Breath. They basically use the shield towards the end of the darkness so that you could keep pumping the boss longer. And there it is. And there it is. 41 minutes, 36 seconds. More than 3 minutes faster than anyone else in the world. And this is like the first time NOTA is fully back. There was reorganization in the guild. Sketo's back to main tanking. They're doing such an amazing job, man. Fucking huge grats to you guys. Absolutely juicy. Like, the entire raid was really well done. You can see all of the bloodlusts as they're spread out, using 3 bloodlusts here, 3 bloodlusts here, 3 bloodlusts here, 3 bloodlusts here, back on bloodlust on Kil'jaeden. And is this a bloodlust for Kil'jaeden? Yeah. So their bloodlusts are spread out pretty well, honestly. Having some come up at the very end of Kil'jaeden and just popping them because it's not much of a DPS increase, but yeah. So shout out to none of the above. I'm gonna link this. I'm gonna link take notes POV in the chat. But way to be back on top and absolutely destroying literally anyone else. Way to be back on top, and like, it's not even close. No other guilds are even close right now with that time. And you guys came out of, not out of nowhere, but like, for instance of saying you guys weren't like right up top. At least currently, you guys weren't right up at the top. In Sunwell for sure. Yeah, here, Omen, let me just. Wait, nope, that didn't work. It was a slash. There we go. Omen, you can link now. But huge shout out to you guys, man. Great run. Yeah, he's linking the log. Amazing run. Way to be back on top. I'm really proud. I'm really happy. NOTA's always been like kind of like my favorite guild to watch, because it's usually the guild with like that will always come in with like such clean execution. Like, let's even look at this, eh? Let's look at this, eh? One death. These 2 deaths are from DIs. So we've got Omen, Ryuju, and Cope. The 3 deaths. 3 deaths in the run. That's it. Fucking grats, man. Absolutely grats. Huge run.